It has been a pretty interesting week here in the PSRLA. However, it's time we move on from that and focus on the things that actually matter, like this race and the fight for the championship. And if the truck race is anything to go by, then we got a show here today for you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 10 of the 2024 PSRLA Grand National Series. Welcome to the M&M's 200 at Dover Motor Speedway. Hello everybody, my name is Alex Vitale. Welcome to the Dover Monster, a name that is not born casually, because this is not a track, this is a beast that preys on tires and equipment. And it's possibly the second toughest track in the PSRLA schedule, and the only track that is harder is, well, the Lady in Black herself. Now, before we continue with our usual schedule, I need to make an announcement that I am not going to be alone today. Yep. For the first time since, I'm pretty sure, the first round of Daytona, I'm going to have someone else in the commentary booth for the GNS race. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome former Grand National Series driver for ST Motorsport and now Cup Series driver for Aegis Motorsport. Yeah, I'm its boss, Bruno Di Giacomo. How are you doing, buddy?
Hi, I'm the one whose name nobody can pronounce correctly.
Bruno Di Giacomo.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But you are Italian though, so you kind of have a head start with that.
Alright, so, real quick, I want to ask you, how does it feel to actually go from driving these cars to see them compete at a safe distance?
I mean, if you want the fourth wall breaking answer, it's not really that much different, because it's still just watching robots going around the track.
I mean, yeah, I guess that it's a fair thing to say, honestly. But anyway, whoops. Okay.
I mean, NR 2003 is very fun to play though, like as a sim racer. So if you can't, for those of you at home, if you don't have this for some reason and you want a good like NASCAR sim racing, this is very good.
Absolutely, and let's just hope that iRacing is gonna do a better job. A decent enough job with next year's game. But in any case, while I said at the beginning of the intro, we said at the beginning of this broadcast that we won't talk. We are trying to move on from what happened last week. We need to give a bit of an explanation as to what happened, because in case you missed the news, real quick, Daniel Voles has deleted the old PSRLA server for reasons that we are not going to disclose, because they are pretty petty reasons, and because of that, he has been the PSRLA as an organization has distanced himself from Daniel Voles, and that also means that his team have suffered the brunt of this decision. While the Cup race has been taken over by Appalachia Motorsports Killen Bros, which means now that Appalachia is now a 4-car team, the GNS team has been officially disbanded, which explains why we are now only at 31 teams, right? 41 cars. 41 teams as well, it's true, but instead of the usual 33 full-time drivers. Now, I want to ask you, Bruno, how did you react to the news that the server was gone, and of course the decision of distancing ourselves from Daniel Voles?
Well, honestly, I'm in the same boat as most people in the server, and I I did notice that the server was deleted, but I had no idea why, and I had no idea it was actually Daniel that did that. And obviously I wasn't there, so I don't know what exactly he did, and I probably shouldn't ask about that.
I mean, that is a pretty that's a reaction that almost everyone has had. I mean, even we, the board, the PSRLA board, had absolutely no idea what just happened, and yeah, it was a how do you say it? It's a lightning at clear sky or something like that. But it basically came out completely out of nowhere. So yeah, unfortunately, we all know how it, we can all share the feeling of we have no idea what the hell just happened. So yeah, but as we said, we need to move on, and well, I think it's time to check how the drivers come into the how the championship come into the race here at Dover. And Genius D'Amelio leads the way, 3 points clear of Michael Sheeran. Third is Colorless Rex, 14 points behind the 37 car. And then we have Brandon Rogers, or rather should I say the current driver of the 37 car. And then we have Brandon Rogers, Cody Goforth, Justin Perez, Wyatt Quill, Bernardo de Oliveira, Quinton Moore, and Sean Odd rounding up the top 10. Now, with all that being said, guess what, folks? It's time for racing. And as the cars roll on the track, let's take a look at how they'll start for the race. And Kid and Chris will start from pole position. Alongside him is Cole Outlaw. Third is the championship leader Genius D'Amelio. Alongside him is Caleb Hobbs. Row 3 is Brandon Beal and Andrew Racer. And then we have David Heller, Andrew Williams, Ty Dent, and Cody Goforth will round up the top 10. So, real quick, who do you think is going to win this race?
Well, since I'm from Argentina and we have Messi, I think it's only fair to go for Santi Messi in this race.
I mean, Messi is lower in the field. The qualified, it didn't do much good qualifying, but you know, this is Dover, so anything can happen. In the meantime, the pace car pulls. Sorry, the pace car pulls into the pits.
Dover. I've seen what Dover can do in this race, but sorry, continue.
And the green flag is in the air. We're away at Dover. And Kid and Chris will lead lap number 1, and behind them is Cole Outlaw, who is glued to the rear of the 96 car. He might try for a move. He goes for the outside. Ooh, and he brushes the wall. You heard that scrap right there. And now he has to deal with D'Amelio. And they're side by side into the main straight, and looks like D'Amelio has gotten this one. No, actually, the 11 has got this one right now. He has a bit. Right now, he has half of a car, if I want to say, but D'Amelio has the better line. He's going to take this place, and now Beal might fancy a move on Cole Outlaw. It's not going to happen today, but watch out. That's the 30, I want to say, of... no, the 18 of Ty Dent. They're trying for a move on David Heller, and looks like Heller is going to win this battle, and actually Moore might try for a move himself on Ty Dent.
We see the front of the pack's already strung out, but the middle and rear is still in double file.
Actually, let's check out where is Santi Messi. Your pick is in battling with Dylan Weir and also Zachary Taylor. And yeah, right now it doesn't look like his hopes are, I mean, it's still on lap 5, but his hopes don't look right. But again, this is just lap 5, so anything can happen.
Look, it's not the end of the world if my pick doesn't come true. It's just something fun that we do, right? And I thought I'd be funny with Messi there.
I mean, if you end up actually getting it, how would you react if you actually got it right?
I don't know. I did correctly predict the Indy 500 winner 2 years in a row, though, at one point. So, I don't know.
Well, that's a better track record than mine. But in the meantime, D'Amelio could try for a move on Chris. Meantime, he's going side by side between Quinton Moore and I think that was Brandon Beal, I want to say. Also, Andrew Williams passes the 18 car of Ty Dent. Williams is going to pass Beal for what is 5th place, for what is a place in the top 5, I want to say. No, for 7th, never mind. In the meantime, D'Amelio is catching up to Kid and Chris. Is very, very close. He could try for a move right there. There it is. We're on lap number completed. We're on lap number 9. And D'Amelio, well, I say try for it to move on the outside. But the outside lane is not going to work. And now they're pretty much, everybody's, yeah, they're pretty much going single file right now, except for Telemarco and Caleb Hobbs, and looks like Hobbs is going to win this little battle. In the meantime, now the situation at the top of the lead has calmed itself down, so let's check out some other rear battles, and now Taylor is going to be the one bringing out the rest of the field. Closing out the rest of the field, should I say. In the meantime, we got a little battle between the 22 of White Quill and the twin of Jeff Lambeck, and is actually being helped by the 99 of Christian Russell. And ooh, I actually heard some scraping. Ooh, that's Markle and Sean Ard.
That's gonna be a caution.
That's definitely gonna be a caution.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it is indeed a caution. Well then, lap 12 and drama has finally struck. Our first caution for the Grand National Series in quite a while, actually. So I guess I could say, I mean, I call this series in the meantime as Chris, D'Amelio, and Outlaw are pitting. It's so Zeller, Quinton Moore, Andrew Williams, and of course the rest of the field. I want to say yes. So I guess I can finally say that the series that has defied expectations is now playing up to expectations. But in the meantime, let's see who's going to win this battle on pit road. Ooh, contact between Outlaw and D'Amelio there. Shenanigans on pit road. It's not the first time we've seen that one. Ooh, also, you saw there Beal hitting the car of the Racer, and Hobbs, I want to say, doing the exact same thing with Beal. And looks like Chris is going to win this battle, and D'Amelio is going to finish second. And ooh, that's close, but Heller is going to take third. And then we got Quinton Moore, Andrew Williams, Ty Dent, Brandon Beal, and your old ride, Bernardo de Oliveira.
Of course he does well after I leave.
Well, not really. I mean, he's ever since he actually joined SD Motorsports, his performances haven't been the best, really.
Oh. Okay, well, it's going well this race, at least.
And as we focus on Kid and Chris, let's take a look at what caused the first caution of the day. And here's the reason why we got our first caution of the day. We're focusing on Tyler Markle, who goes wide out of 2 and hits the outside wall. And, well, Sean Ard right there is basically a passenger, it was caught at the worst place at the worst time, and boom, they hit both the inside wall. And well, I mean, Marco's car is definitely damaged, but looks like Art's car is fine. I want to say. I mean, okay, sure, he definitely got the 14 car taking the brunt of the damage, but yeah, that's the reason why we are on our first caution of the day.
Yep. Here's Markle. He hits all, and Art just has nowhere to go. And yeah, there's quite a bit, not as much damage as you'd expect from a collision like that against the inside wall.
And I was right. Art has virtually no damage whatsoever. So, yeah, I mean, both guys' races is definitely compromised. But I want to say Art has a little bit more chance than Markle has.
Yeah.
So, let's go back trackside. And we're back here for the rounding of the M&M's 200, round 10 of the 2024 PSRLA Grand National Series. The caution, we're coming out of the caution. And currently the top 10 is Kid and Chris, then we got Junius D'Amelio, then we got David Heller, the 11 of Cole Outlaw, the 98 of Quinton Moore, the 71 of Andrew Williams, then tight end Brandon Beal, Bernardo de Oliveira, and then in the 93 car running up the top 10 is Andrew Racer for Evans Ross Racing. So, actually, I completely forgot to ask you about how these drivers are going to tackle the race here at Dover. If they're actually going to go all in right from the restart, or they're going to be cautious or be conservative with the tires. Because again, the thing about Dover is that we are running on concrete. So, but I guess we got an answer to that. In the meantime, green flag is in the air. We're away at Dover again. And looks like D'Amelio is going to get a good jump off of the line. D'Amelio has looked pretty strong for the entire race as of for the race as of right now. And looks like Outlaw is going to take the second place away from Chris. But Chris is getting held by the cars of Heller, Quinton Moore, and Ware. No, Dan, sorry. I mean, Dante and Cody Ware are some pretty similar paint schemes. But anyway, they're going. Outlaw and Chris are still side by side, and looks like Outlaw still is going to win this little battle.
Barely, yes.
Yeah, he's going to give the position. And now watch out, because now Kenny Chris could be under attack by David Heller, but at the same time, he's got two drivers behind him as well, and that's Christian Russell is going slow. What is going on with that? Ooh, okay. That's Austin Ronkel in the pits. His front is smashed in. There's also Russell, and I think there was also another car. Okay, that was Hernandez.
Drivers getting already.
There's Hernandez, Messi, Lopez, Brandon Rogers, and Bertie Oliveira and Goforth. And I have no idea what just happened, but we might have to check the replay for that one. But in the meantime, looks like we're going to get our lap cars, our first lap cars, pretty much soon. We're already halfway at the halfway point of the race, and well, if you have to know one thing, it's the fact that lap cars have been plenty decisive in previous races. One of course, the perfect example that comes to mind is Daytona, and it looks like Heller is going to take third place away from Chris. And in the meantime, D'Amelio is going to get rid of De Oliveira relatively easy. And now it looks like he has to and Goforth is also again. Russell is in the pits again. What is going on with that car?
I think he just repaired. I think he might have just repaired damage, and just came out now.
And I think he should be 2 laps down. No, he's actually 3 laps down, basically. He's basically, maybe might as well call it a retirement at this point. In the meantime, ooh, battle between Beal and Tydant for what is 5th place. And looks like Dent is going to take it, yes, and now Dent has to, actually Beal is going to take it, now Dent has to deal with Winter Moore, and also Andrew Williams, mouse offensive move, there he goes, there goes the 71 car for Tendon Fury, on the inside of the 18 car, but no dice, Dent is going to keep the position. Meantime, up front, there's the 5 car, that's actually going to deal with De Oliveira, and yeah, at this point, and look at the gap, 1.1 second, at least as of right now. Let's see the updated distance, 1.19 second away from the 11 o'clock, which, I mean, sure, it's, I mean, for the series standards, it's quite a big gap, but, you know, this is Dover, and anything can happen, and also Beal is going to take care of De Oliveira. So basically, Oliveira is a movie chicane right now. And, actually, good thing you are not in that car, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy
I'm
in a championship.
Oh, that's a Jeff Lineback.
Oh,
Jeff Lineback.
sorry.
Jeff Lineback hits the wall, and looks like we're going to get a caution. Yes, we do. We're going to get a caution. I think I saw it, but Jeff Lineback, yeah, he hit the wall at the exit of 2. You can see from the pretty sizable dent he has on the right side of the car, and yeah. And now it looks like no one is going to. Oh, okay, okay. No one is going to pit, looks like.
Interesting, because, like, unless we have the wave around rule set, which I'm not sure about this series, but I know a couple other in our series have. But I think the lap down drivers might have just had their races. The drivers that pit in really early might have just had their races ruined by that, but if the leaders aren't going to pit, then I don't know what's going to happen.
We actually send the lapped cars at the rear of the field when it's time to go back to green.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
So, as we take a look at Ginese D'Amelio, we're on the caution number 2. Let's take a look at the replay to see what caused it. So, caution number 2, we are looking at Jeff Lineback, and as I've said during the before the replay, Lineback hits the inside wall and also makes contact with the 88 of Caleb Hobbs. Hobbs, however, manages to get away from the wreck. I have no idea how, but Jeff Lineback is basically a passenger, and he also hits the inside wall. But there wasn't that much damage to that 20 car, so I think he's going to be fine for the rest of the race. I mean, again, fine is in quotes, but still, it's not a DNF, so I guess he could be. He has to count his lucky stars.
Right, Lineback. Once again, another incident with hitting up that turn 2 wall. But once again, the car comes out relatively unscathed.
Well, unscathed. It actually, outside of that dent on the right side of the car. But yeah, outside of that, the car is pretty much fine.
Yeah, I did say relatively.
Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, you're right, so, yeah. Okay, with that said, let's go back trackside. And just as we finish watching the replay, Cole Outlaw, his engine has blown. That's the end of this race. How can your engine blow while you're not at racing speed?
I don't know, but it's probably not the angle you wanted to go out on.
No, absolutely not. And he was going so well too. That is such a huge blow for Beacon Quantum Motorsport and for Cole Outlaw. But in the meantime, we need to focus here. We're coming out of the caution. The top 10 is Genius D'Amelio, David Heller, Kid and Chris, Brandon Beal, Quinton Moore, Ty Dant, the 11 of well, Cole Outlaw is dead, so that will be Andrew Williams the 7th, then the 22 of Wire Quail, the 93 of Andrew Racer, and I'm going to guess I'm gonna guess the 88 of Kilobobs is going to be in the 10th. And across the General Tire Restart Zone, we're away, back to green with 10 laps to go. And looks like D'Amelio is going to keep it, maybe. They're side by side. D'Amelio, he's going to keep the position. So he did a much better job than I think Outlaw did in the last restart. Now they're side by side all over the place. You can see Andrew Racer is glued to the rear of the 71 car, and now we got a battle for third place for the final step on the podium between Heller and Quinton Moore, and Heller is going to win this little battle. And D'Amelio is going to put a little bit of a safety gap between him and Chris. Remember, Chris could possibly, this is possibly the biggest chance Chris has actually taking a win. But it all depends if the tires are going to last, and of course, if something goes wrong with D'Amelio. Lap number 33, and D'Amelio is going to pull away as of right now. And now pretty much if Chris wants, now time is running out for Chris. If he wants to do something, he has to do it now, or at least has to hope that something happens to that 37 car, because that 37 car is fast. And now we got the 5 of Hellers. There is, okay, sorry.
Sorry, I didn't mean you're up there, but the gap did just get smaller, and I think, sorry, I might be going again, but I did just see the gap between Chris and D'Amelio get smaller. But now it's gone back to growing, so never mind.
I mean, right now, Chris is in a battle with Heller, and also Quinton Moore has to join the fray, and that is exactly what D'Amelio wants. He wants these guys to battle for second place and waste time. In the meantime, we got Brandon Beal, who tried for a timid move on... actually, that's not a timid move, that's a full-blown move on Andrew Williams. Almost called him Austin again. But no, guys, Williams will keep the position. But Beal is glued to the rear of that Teddy Fury car. He could try for a move. In the meantime, Heller is going to try for a move himself. Look at it, Chris, and looks like he's got it. And also, Quinton Moore is fencing a move on Chris too. And looks like Chris is going to lose not only second place, but third place as well. And in fact, he does. No, wait, no, never mind. He actually keeps third place away from Quinton Moore. And of course, this is absolutely gold, absolutely the best news that could have happened to D'Amelio. In the meantime, yep, quick shot, and looks like the 54 car is going to finish last of the. I want to say no, never mind. It's not going to finish last, but whatever. And oh, there goes Quinton Moore fighting with Chris for third place. They're side by side, into turn 2 and out of turn 2 into the backstretch, and Quinton Moore is going to take the position.
Oh, I think David Heller might be catching up.
I mean, there's only 2 laps to go, so he has to do it now. But yeah, we're 2 laps to go, and this man, Genius D'Amelio, is going to be our third. If everything goes to plan, D'Amelio is going to be our first and, well, only driver with more than 2 wins. White flag for Genius D'Amelio. Turns 1 and 2 are done. Into the backstretch goes D'Amelio. And are we going to see any surprises? Doesn't look like it. Genius D'Amelio is going to come out of turn number 4. Genius D'Amelio is going to win at Dover.
Yep, well-deserved win for D'Amelio there. He had quite a runaway performance.
Yeah, he was absolutely fast the entire time, and now I guess we could say that that David Eller has catched up to him. Now we got Quinton Moore, Brandon Beal in 4th, and Kenny Chris. A really big shame for Kenny Chris because he could have. He basically the win was there. And reminder that Chris is a super sub for Kieran Jimenez, the current cup championship, the current cup champion. So yeah, big shame for the 96 car because of just how close it was. But the day belongs to Genius D'Amelio for the 3rd time. And so, Genius D'Amelio wins the M&M's 200, his 3rd win of the season. 2nd is David Heller, 3rd is Quinton Moore, and then we have Brandon Beal, Kitten Chris, Andrew Williams, Andrew Racer, Wyatt Quill, Dylan Weir, and Ty Dent rounding up the top 10. And of course, only 20 cars finished on the lead lap, and Sean Ard, Santi Messi, Brandon Rogers, Anthony Lopez, Cody Gopher, Elias Hernandez, Bernardo Oliveira, and Christian Russell are our lap cars, while Cole Outlaw, Austin Runkle, and Benny Moore will be our DNFs. So, what a race to be your first ever commentator race, huh?
Yeah, definitely. It's, I do admit that I have some awkwardness because I'm still not fairly new. I'm new to this commentating business, and but hopefully I might get the chance to do some other races in the future, and hopefully by then I'll have found my comfort zone.
I hope that too. And as for me, well, compared to the truck race here, I want to say that this was, of course, nowhere near a bore fest, let me put it that way, but in the truck race, we also called Ottawa basically went out of complete nowhere. We all thought, including the commentators, well, that being here Joel Alonso and myself, that Skeletor pretty much had that one in the bag, but that wasn't to be. And compared to that, this race was a bit of an anticlimax because, actually, yeah, I could have said a bit of an anticlimax because, for all intents and purposes, D'Amelio was up front for the entire race. He never left. I don't think he actually ever raced outside of the top 5. I want to say. I don't know if he actually raced even outside of the top 3. I didn't notice that one, but yeah, compared to that dramatic finale, this was a bit of an anticlimax. I mean, again, to not say that this race was boring because it was clearly not, but yeah, the finale wasn't as explosive as the truck race was. As per usual, we are not going to show you the championship standings, the updated championship standings in this broadcast, although you can sort of guess that D'Amelio is going to increase the gap. But if you want to do so, then you should check the official PSRLA Discord server, or should I say more, the old/new PSRLA Discord server. Link is in the description, or you can scan the QR code at the bottom left of your screen. The Premier Simulation Racing League of America awaits you. This has been a special presentation of the 2024 PSRLA Grand National Series for the 37 Network. I'm Alex Vitale.
And I am Bruno Di Giacomo, who should hopefully be the 2024 PSRLA Cups champion.
I mean, of course, I hope that one because you're my driver, so of course I have a hope for that one. And we will see you next time for round 11 of the championship at Kansas Speedway. So long everybody from Dover, who wishes again to Genius D'Amelio.